Imagine waking up one morning and sensing that something is wrong, not in a dramatic, obvious way, but in a quiet, unsettling silence. The electricity is out, your phone battery is running low, and the usual background noise of everyday life has vanished. At first, it feels like a routine outage, something temporary that will fix itself within a few hours. But as time passes, that feeling begins to shift. You step outside and notice your neighbors gathered in small groups, speaking in worried tones. Fuel stations are overcrowded, long lines stretching down the roads. Shops are open, but the shelves are no longer full. Prices have already started to rise. What you're witnessing is not just a bad day. It's the early stage of a supply chain disruption triggered by rising fuel prices. Fuel is not just another commodity. It is the foundation of modern civilization. Every system we rely on, transportation, agriculture, manufacturing, electricity, depends on it. When fuel prices increase sharply, the impact spreads through every layer of the economy. Delivery trucks become more expensive to operate, so fewer goods are transported. Farmers struggle with higher costs for machinery and irrigation. Factories slow production because energy becomes costly. Retailers receive fewer shipments, and what they do receive costs more. This chain reaction doesn't take months to unfold, it can happen in days. And once it begins, it becomes very difficult to stop. As supply chains weaken, shortages begin to appear. At first it's subtle, a few missing items here and there, then more gaps appear on the shelves. People notice, and that's when behavior changes. Panic buying begins. Individuals start purchasing more than they need, not out of greed, but out of fear. This sudden spike in demand accelerates the shortage, creating a feedback loop where supply drops and demand rises simultaneously. Prices surge, availability shrinks, and those who waited too long find themselves struggling to secure even the most basic necessities. This is why preparation is not about fear. It's about understanding how systems work and acting before they fail. The goal is not to panic or hoard, but to build a steady reserve of essential items while they are still affordable and easy to find. The smartest strategy is gradual accumulation. Every time you shop, you buy a little extra of what you already use. Over time, this creates a buffer that protects you from sudden disruptions. Food is the first and most critical category to focus on. In any crisis, staple foods disappear quickly because they are essential for survival. Items like rice, flour, and lentils provide the foundation of daily nutrition. They are inexpensive, have long shelf lives, and can be stored easily. Cooking oil is another key item that becomes expensive very quickly during shortages. Salt and sugar, often overlooked because of their low cost, are vital not only for flavor but also for preserving food and maintaining energy levels. Canned foods such as beans, vegetables, and meat offer long-term storage and convenience, especially when fresh food is unavailable. Instant noodles provide a quick, low-cost meal option during stressful times. Dry milk powder becomes essential when fresh milk supplies are disrupted, ensuring that you still have access to dairy nutrition. Even small comforts like tea and coffee play an important role in maintaining morale, which can be just as important as physical survival during prolonged uncertainty. Water, however, is even more important than food. Without a reliable supply of clean water, life becomes difficult within hours and dangerous within days. Bottled water is a practical starting point, but it is not enough on its own. Storage solutions such as containers, buckets, and drums allow you to hold water for extended periods. Water purification tablets are incredibly valuable because they enable you to make unsafe water drinkable. In a situation where the water supply is compromised, these small, inexpensive items can mean the difference between safety and serious health risks. Energy is another critical concern during fuel-related disruptions. As fuel prices rise, electricity becomes less stable, and power outages become more frequent. Simple items like candles and matches provide basic lighting when the grid fails. Rechargeable batteries ensure that essential devices continue to function. Power banks allow you to keep your phone charged, which is crucial for communication and information. Solar lights offer a sustainable solution, harnessing energy from the sun to provide illumination without relying on fuel or electricity. These items may seem basic, but in a prolonged outage, they become indispensable. Hygiene and health are often underestimated until they become urgent problems. In times of disruption, maintaining cleanliness is essential to prevent disease. Soap is one of the most important items you can have, as it helps protect against infections. Toothpaste and toothbrushes maintain oral health, which can deteriorate quickly without proper care. Toilet paper and tissues are among the first items to disappear during panic buying, making it important to have in advance. Sanitary products are equally essential and should always be included in any preparedness plan. Basic medicines such as pain relievers, fever reducers, and oral rehydration salts can address common health issues when access to pharmacies or clinics is limited. A well-stocked first aid kit ensures that minor injuries can be treated before they become serious problems. Beyond food and health, everyday household items play a surprisingly important role in survival. Plastic bags, for example, are incredibly versatile. They can be used for storage, waste management, and protecting items from moisture. Aluminum foil is useful for cooking and preserving food. Cleaning supplies, such as detergents and disinfectants, help maintain a safe and sanitary environment. Rope and tape are simple tools, but they can be used for a wide range of emergency repairs, from securing broken items to creating temporary solutions when resources are limited. There are also a few strategic items that can significantly improve your ability to handle disruptions. A manual can opener becomes essential when you rely on canned food and have no electricity. A flashlight provides reliable lighting during blackouts, making it safer to move around at night. A battery-powered radio becomes a critical source of information when internet and mobile networks are unreliable. Information during a crisis is power. It allows you to make informed decisions and stay aware of changing conditions. If it is safe and permitted, storing a small amount of extra fuel can provide a crucial advantage, allowing you to operate essential equipment or travel when necessary. One of the most important things to understand about supply chain disruptions is that they do not happen all at once. They develop gradually, often going unnoticed until a critical point is reached. At first, everything appears normal. Then small changes begin to appear. Slightly higher prices, fewer products on the shelves. These signs are easy to ignore. But once the situation reaches a tipping point, the decline becomes rapid. Shelves empty, prices spike, and panic spreads. By that time, options are limited, and preparation becomes difficult. The solution is not complicated, but it requires awareness and consistency. Instead of reacting to shortages, you prepare in advance. Each time you shop, you add a little extra to your. This approach spreads out the cost and avoids financial strain while gradually building a strong of essentials. Over weeks and months, these small actions create a significant level of security. Preparedness is ultimately about control. It is about reducing your dependence on systems that can become unstable. When you are prepared, you are not forced to compete with others for limited resources. You are not affected as severely by price increases. You have the ability to remain calm and make rational decisions while others are reacting emotionally. High fuel prices are more than just an economic issue, they are a warning signal. They indicate that the systems we rely on are under stress and may not function as expected in the near future. The effects are far-reaching, influencing everything from food availability to energy stability. Ignoring these signals can leave you vulnerable, while responding to them early can provide a significant advantage. In the end, the difference between those who struggle and those who remain stable during a crisis often comes down to timing. Those who act early, when prices are low and supplies are abundant, are able to secure what they need without difficulty. Those who wait until the situation becomes obvious are often left dealing with shortages, high prices, and limited options. The choice is simple but powerful. Prepare now, while everything is still within reach, or risk facing a situation where even the basics are hard to find. Because when supply chains are disrupted and fuel prices continue to rise, the question is no longer about convenience, it becomes about availability. And those who understand this early are the ones who stay ahead, no matter how uncertain the situation becomes.